I'm Father Pat Martin, a resident here at the wonderful Villa de San Antonio. It's been a hard year for all of us, a very difficult year. I'm certain for the staff, for all the volunteers, and especially for all of us residents. I've seen and heard a lot of depression, but what I've seen also is the love of God that has carried us through as things are getting better. There's a story that in creation, God didn't create everything as we see it today. He created embryos, the story has it, and he gave them choices. He said to them, okay, I'm going to lay out all the choices and you get together and decide how you want to live on this earth. So gave the choices. Could have one leg, two legs, 100 legs. Could have one eye, two eyes, 100 eyes. Could have wings, could have feathers, could have whatever. And each group made their choices and they waddled off. There went the chickens, there went the hippopotamuses, and birds, the fish, swimming. I mean, everybody, it was really exciting watching creation coming together by their choices. Finally, there's one group of embryos left. And God says, all right, you guys have heard all the choices. You know what the others have chosen. How do you want to live in this world? And they said to him, you know, God, you've been hard at work at this all day long. We'd like to have the night to think about it. Can we tell you our choice in the morning? God said, okay, that's good. And so they rested for the night. The next morning when they came together, God said, well, have you made your choices? And they said, well, after you left us last night, God, we started thinking. And we decided, you know, when you created us, you must have had a plan for our happiness, for how we live on this earth. And we've decided, if it's okay with you, God, we don't want to tell you how we want to live on the earth. We want you to tell us how you'd want us to live. And it said that God cried. Of all of my creation, he said, you are the only ones who discovered the secret of happiness, obedience to my plan. And so I bless you doubly. I bless you first that you will be happy. I bless you secondly, mankind. What a beautiful story. Obedience to God's plan is our happiness. None of us knows God's plan with this whole mess. I'm sure the suffering, the deaths, and all that weren't God's plan. But as the psalmist says, Psalm 103, verse 4, he redeems my life from destruction. I really believe, my brothers and sisters, that there is nothing that this world can dump on you or me that God's love can't redeem. And I really believe that out of this pandemic and all this virus and all the suffering and death, we're going to see blessings that we would have never seen. He doesn't give us our suffering. He does not permit our suffering. That's all our doing. But he refuses to be mastered by it. He brings good out of it. The Easter message, as Christ comes, rises from the dead. Something they laughed at. And yet, because of his rising from the dead, we've seen him redeem even death. There's nothing, my sisters and brothers, I assure you, that can happen to you or me that God's love can't redeem. This Easter, may your hearts be filled with the blessings of peace and a hope that cannot be destroyed. Thank you. God bless you.